This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Going balls out in the lumberyard.
Watching the Grunion Pro Magi. If you're listening to this, don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 187. My name's Adam Patterson. With me today, we're joined by Kevin Rakestraw. How you doing there, Kevin?
I'm doing okay.
We're also joined by Ryan Holes. How are you?
I'm alright.
Before we get started this week, I wanted to quickly mention a Kickstarter campaign that launched this past week. And I just wanted to plug it because this sounds awesome. Now, Ryan, you're a video gamer. I'm a video gamer. Kevin's not, but he still may be interested in this. There's a Friday the 13th game coming out. Have you heard about this, Ryan?
I'm not.
So basically, it's on Kickstarter now. They have Sean S. Cunningham, who's the director of the original Friday the 13th. They have him on board to kind of oversee things, and he was the one that granted them the license to use the property. They have Tom Savini, who is consulting with them on all of the kills in the game to make them look good. They have Kane Hodder, who was Jason in, I think, parts 7, 8, and 9.
Is that the guy we met?
Yeah, he's a really cool guy. They have him doing the mocap for Jason, and the way that the game is going to be set up, it's like an asymmetrical game where one player plays Jason and 7 people play campers at Camp Crystal Lake. And obviously the object of the game is to either stay alive or kill everybody if you're Jason. And
I want this right now.
It sounds awesome. So there's a Kickstarter up for it right now. And I think there was, at the $25 goal, I think that it granted you a digital copy of the game for PS4, Xbox One, or PC. Those are sold out, but they still have, at the $30 level, you can still get a digital copy of the game when it comes out. Obviously, it's not going to come out for a long time. It'll probably be another year before it comes out. But I imagine they haven't hit their goal yet, but I imagine that they will. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't contribute to it, because I really want to see this game happen. It looks awesome. They got the original composer to do all the music for it too. I can't remember his name, but he did the original Friday the 13th theme music.
Really?
So yeah, it looks like it's going to be really, really awesome. So check that out. I'll be sure to put a link in the show notes, and we wrote an article about it last week too. So
I want to play the campers.
I'm more see, like every article I read and stuff, and I've seen some videos on it too, and everybody's like, "Well, is anybody gonna want to be the campers? Isn't everybody just gonna want to be Jason?" And I was like, "No, I'd rather be the camper."
That's kind of disturbing that people are thinking that way. But don't you just want to play the guy that kills everyone?
I think it sounds more fun because you can either work as a team, so you can like team up with your buddies and try to work together on various things, like fixing a boat to try to get out onto the lake and get away from him, or fixing a car or whatever, or just working together to hide in different locations. Or you can kind of throw the other campers under the bus, and like try to bait Jason with the other campers. And apparently each of the campers are going to be like a specific archetype, and they'll have their own weaknesses and strengths. Like you'll have the jock character who may be faster at running or stronger, and then you'll have like the nerdy character who's quicker at fixing things or something like that. And every time you play, you'll be gaining skill bonuses and things like that to help your character be better the next time you play. It looks really awesome. I'm really excited for it.
Sounds like cool content.
Yeah, and apparently they're using all different iterations of Jason, not just one. So you have the Jason from part 7, who was the one that was underwater, and actually Ryan and I just watched 3 of them in a row when I was there. So we're pretty familiar with it. But the one is the Jason from part 6, where he first comes back to life, and then they have the burlap sack Jason from part 2. So yeah, it sounds like it's going to be really cool. So just quick plug. I mean, they're not paying us to do that, to plug it or anything. I just wanted to mention it because it looks awesome, and I want to see it happen. And I'm hoping that like they get all their stretch goals and stuff too, because one of the stretch goals is like a single player campaign, so you don't have to play it online. But it looks really cool. So Friday the 13th game, check it out. We'll put a link in the show notes. Ryan, what movie did we have you watch this week?
Sahara.
This is from 2005. Picked this in honor of The Last Witch Hunter coming out. Same director, Breck Eisner. I have a synopsis here. Master explorer Dirk Pitt goes on the adventure of a lifetime of seeking out a lost Civil War battleship known as the Ship of Death in the deserts of West Africa, while helping a WHO doctor being hounded by a ruthless dictator. Terrible, terrible synopsis on IMDb.
Can
Stars.
they speak English?
I know, it looks like it reads like it was pushed through Google Translate or something. This stars Matthew McConaughey, Steve Zahn, Penelope Cruz, William H. Macy, Lorraine Wilson, Delroy Lindo.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan, why don't you tell us a little bit about Sahara?
Well, it starts out in a flashback in the 1800s during the Civil War, at the end of the Civil War.
Wow.
And there's a ship that is a battleship, and it's armored, and it's carrying the Confederacy's money. And then it cuts to present day. And for some reason, it starts out with assassins trying to kill Penelope Cruz, and you have no idea why. And all of a sudden, Matthew McConaughey comes in and saves the day. And they get to talking, and you find out Penelope Cruz is a doctor, and like Matthew McConaughey and Steve Zahn are like treasure hunters that are funded by a non-government entity. Apparently that's important because they said like 5 million times, but I really don't understand why it's important. But anyway, you find out that apparently this ship from the Civil War crossed the entire ocean and went up the Niger River and disappeared. So they set out to figure out what happened because they find gold from it, very rare gold from it.
Mm.
They decide to figure out what's happening, and Penelope Cruz finds out that there are people that are intoxicating the water, and if they don't stop them, eventually it'll go into the ocean and spread all over the world.
What?
What? Why? What's?
There's a lot of shit going on in this movie.
There's much more, but I really give a shit about this. Not the podcast, the movie.
Right.
So Matthew McConaughey and Steve Zahn eventually they're in the desert and they find a old plane which they use as like a makeshift land yacht and scoot across the desert, which is pretty ridiculous because they just find a plane and they're like, hey, we'll turn it into a land yacht. And they end up finding out that the Niger River dried up and the ship is underneath the sand because it got buried after it dried up. and more assassins come to take or kill the three people, and the fight ends up ending with Matthew McConaughey taking a cannonball from this 150-year-old ship, and he shoots it into a helicopter.
What?
And the helicopter blows up.
How does he shoot it?
He just shoots it out of a cannon.
What, an old ass cannon that hasn't been in working condition for hundreds of years?
Correct.
Nice.
Oh, damn.
And as soon as the helicopter blows up, all the forces on the ground who were originally allegiant to the bad guy all of a sudden become allegiant to Matthew McConaughey.
He just wins everybody over.
Yeah.
I would join his team in a heartbeat if he got to get an old ass cannon to work.
He wouldn't even have to win me over. I'd already be on board.
Right from the start, you're all in.
Yeah.
McConaughey. Especially, what's his name? Dirk Pitt?
Yeah.
Dirk Pitt.
So at the end of the movie, the bad guy is shown eating at a restaurant, and the government, U.S. people go in and poison his water with the toxic water.
Oh, a little taste of his own medicine.
Yeah.
That's the end of the movie.
Nice.
Oh, that's the end of it. What happens? Did they show him drinking the toxic water and dying?
They show him drinking it, but he doesn't die. Right?
Oh, it's a slow death. It probably gives him cancer or something.
He gives him some sort of plague.
No.
Oh, damn.
So, okay, what was this? What was the deal with this toxic water? Why were they pouring toxins into? Was it just like a byproduct of something they were manufacturing, or?
Kinda. They were trying to cover something up, and the toxins were underground, and they leaked into the water in the Niger River, and it started spreading that.
Interesting. All right, so what did you think of this thing?
It was alright. It was too long.
Too long.
It's just,
Too long? It's about 2 hours and 4 minutes long.
yeah.
Phew.
Now, according to the tagline here, it says adventure has a new destination.
Oh, shit.
This is the worst tagline ever.
I'm guessing that's because their destination is Mali. Because somehow a civil war ship got from Virginia to Mali.
It makes sense.
Now across the ocean we did.
And apparently there's never been an action-adventure movie in Mali.
Yeah.
Which I wonder where they actually filmed this.
I could probably find out.
Because my guess is not Mali.
Probably not. Filming locations, it says UK. Morocco.
Okay.
Spain. England. And then there's one that just says UK.
It's probably Morocco.
Yeah.
Morocco. Filling in for Mali. Yeah. Never been in a movie set in Morocco before. New destination.
It's a new destination for adventure, guys.
At the very end, they show Steve Zahn with all the money or all the gold. They can better say gold, and then it's over.
So Steve Zahn gets the untold riches.
They got rich and they got Penelope Cruz.
What do you mean they got?
And then Matthew McConaughey ends up with her.
So they get together. Dirk Pitt does it again.
Damn you, Dirk.
Dirk Pitt.
So Rainn Wilson was in this. Was this before The Office? Maybe the same year The Office started? How was he? Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
Rainn Wilson, he's one of the Matthew McConaughey's partners.
All right. Rudy Gunn.
He's not along for the adventure, but he's one of the partners.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's a partner who doesn't like to do any of the work.
Now, forgive me if you already said this. Was Bill Macy the bad guy?
Now, he was also the boss, good guy.
Ah, he was a good guy. Okay. Well, who's the bad guy? Is that General Zateb Kazim?
He's one of them, yes.
Played by Lenny James.
The other bad guy was, I have no idea how to say this. M-A-S-S-A-R-D.
Oh, Lambert Wilson plays him.
Yeah. Lambert Wilson.
The old Lambert Wilson.
I'm struggling to come up with some questions to ask you about this, but it just seems
I want to know the logistics of everything with him finding the cannonball, loading the cannonball, and shooting the cannonball at a helicopter. Break it down for me.
Okay, so they're in the middle of the desert in this buried ship, and they fire this cannon, and Steve Zahn jumps outside and opens a little cannonball window thing. I forget. I have no idea what they're called.
Cannonball window thing?
The thing on ships where they open it to shoot out the cannon.
Okay.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Immediately, I have a question. Immediately, this ship that they found. They uncovered it rather quickly.
They were being chased by a helicopter, and Penelope Cruz was throwing explosives off the back of a car, and they're shooting him. And after all the dust settled, they realized and uncovered the shit.
Wow.
Oh, God. And then McConaughey was just like, oh, there's a cannon. I'm sure that it works perfectly after all these years.
Steve Zahn's like, let me open up the window real quick.
At first, he tried to fire it, it wouldn't fire. And then after like 5 minutes, he aimed right at the helicopter, and for some reason it fired, and the cannonball broke the window in the helicopter and just laid in the helicopter, and then it spun over, and he saw a silhouette inside, and it blew up the helicopter.
What? Wait, whoa. It was lit?
It was not lit. It had burning embers inside of it. Like it was hot inside. Getting ready to explode.
So the cannonball exploded?
Yeah.
Now I'm not a munitions expert, but do cannonballs normally explode?
I don't know.
I thought they were like giant, like solid iron balls that just shot and tore through everything.
I don't have a lot of experience with cannonballs. I mean, I'm no Dirk Pitt.
Oh, Dirk Pitt.
Dirk Pitt, cannonball expert.
Was Steve Zahn funny?
Yeah, I guess.
Did he make a super cool joke when he opened up those cannonball windows?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
Classic Zahn.
Kevin, he was probably cracking wise the whole time. Every big set piece, every big chase sequence, I bet Zahn was cracking them left and right.
Zahn's got the zingers.
He was, especially at the end when the helicopter is chasing them when they were in a car.
Which is the perfect time for jokes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when material just starts flowing.
Yeah.
When you got death on the old heels.
Yeah. It's the best time to tickle the old funny bone.
Let me work through my material real quick. See what sticks. Before this helicopter kills everyone.
I love how, I mean, I guess they still do it to a certain extent, but these action adventure movies, it's always kind of the same formula. You know, you have your hunky action hero, then you have the kind of goofy sidekick, and then you have the hot love interest,
Yeah.
and then there's big set pieces and chase sequences.
Gotta have that formula. Gotta stick to it. Heaven forbid we try something new.
What else is that? Pirates of the Caribbean. What else?
The Mummy movies. That's what this movie reminded me of.
Or National Treasure.
National Treasure.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
6 Days, 7 Nights with Harrison Ford and Anne Heche.
Ooh, damn.
There's a lot of movies like this back then.
And I just love that the New Destination.
I know, it's the most ridiculous. I keep reading it over and over again. Adventure has a new destination.
Are you sure?
Like there's never been an adventure movie in the desert before. We've never seen an Indiana Jones movie.
No.
Come on, guys.
Nope, they don't exist.
There's never been an adventure movie that takes place in the Sahara.
Nope.
Wasn't there a movie in the 40s called Sahara?
I don't know, maybe.
I think it was I'm pretty sure.
Is it a remake?
Came out, this is a remake. I remember hearing that.
Oh, I don't think it is. It's based on
a book series, right?
Huh?
Maybe it's one book. What?
The old Clive Cussler.
There was a movie from 1943 called Sahara with Humphrey Bogart, but it's different. That's a war movie, but it is an action movie, so
The Destination.
Guess it's not a new destination after all, you fucking dicks.
Boy, jeez.
That tagline, man, it really
It's
irks
really rubbing you the wrong way.
It's really irking me, that one. Let's talk about Breck Eisner, the director of this one. In addition to Sahara and The Last Witch Hunter, he's also directed The Crazies, which was the remake of the George Romero film.
Oh, that was garbage.
I actually liked it. I liked the new Crazies.
I like them too.
I didn't like that.
I didn't like the end. I had a problem with the end, but everything prior to the end, I was into it. I mean, I didn't love it, but that's pretty much it. He did a film in 2003 called Thought Crimes, which I'm not really familiar with, and he did his debut was in 1996. It was a film called Recon. That was it.
That's all.
Yeah,
everything.
So kind of new, still kind of new.
Are you excited for his career? Following his career? Either one? You guys?
No.
You want to get on the Breck Eisner train?
I'm good.
Ride it out?
Is he related to Michael Eisner?
Who's Michael Eisner?
The former CEO of
Oh, yeah, okay.
Disney.
Gotcha. Good reference. I didn't know that one.
No, I was seriously wondering.
He is actually the son of Michael Eisner.
Well, that makes sense. No wonder.
Yeah. I guess now we know how he got his start in the business.
Oh, Jesus. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. His filmography is a little all over the place, really. I mean, The Crazies, it definitely doesn't seem to fit. The Last Witch Hunter, I mean, the jury's still out on that one, but I think there's some assumptions that can be made based on the trailer for that one.
Yeah, I think so.
So, I don't know. Any final thoughts on Sahara, Ryan, before we give you your drum roll?
I thought 2 hours Penelope Cruz would be worth it, but it's not.
Oh, boy. Even the cruise factor didn't do it. Wasn't enough. Oh, this does have a 39% on Rotten Tomatoes, so looks like most critics did not enjoy this one either. Yeah.
Hey,
All right. A good one. Let's go ahead and give you a drum roll on this one, Ryan. What do you give Sahara?
4.
That is a 4 out of 10. The tried and true 4. What are you thinking about The Last Witch Hunter? Are you interested in that one?
Nope.
Nope.
That was quick. Fucking knocked that down.
Jeez.
I think it looks absolutely terrible.
I would agree.
Yeah. I actually had tickets to go see this, the premiere here in New York, and I went.
Them?
What?
Did you burn them?
No, I went, and the line was so long and there were so many people there that I left. I was like, nah, not worth
Thanks.
it. No. Did get to see Elijah Wood though. He was there mingling.
Doing some mingle?
Yeah.
Did you talk to him? Did
No.
you chat him up?
No.
You guys talk about DJing?
I would like to talk to Elijah Wood. I like Elijah Wood quite a bit. I like everybody involved in this, on the acting side at least. I like Vin Diesel. I like Rose Leslie. I like Elijah Wood. But yeah, this one.
I was gonna say like everyone involved just
You know what it just reminds me of all of those early 2000s movies like what was that one with Arnold? End of Days that we had you watch, and then Van Helsing and I, Frankenstein. They all kind of look the same. The Underworld movies.
For some reason, it kind of reminds me of the Chronicles of Riddick.
What, does it Vin Diesel?
Yeah, I'm not really seeing it other than that connection, but the Chronicles of Riddick. The second one in the series was like a sci-fi, like space movie that was really bad.
It is his acting. I don't know. Just whenever I see him in the trailer on TV, it just reminds me of Chronicles of Riddick.
That's probably the Diesel factor, I would say.
Oh, the Diesel factor.
To me, this is just this year's I, Frankenstein.
That diesel engine.
There is a video that was, I believe, released today. I think Nerdist put it out. It was they had Vin Diesel play a Dungeons and Dragons campaign as his character from this movie. Like his character in the game was a witch hunter, and there's a video online of him playing D&D, and they call it D&Diesel. It's pretty funny.
Isn't he actually like a big time D&D guy?
Yeah, apparently he used to be, so it's pretty cool, I guess. I didn't watch it or anything. There's something about watching people, because I feel like that's something that's becoming more popular now, is like people playing D&D and making web series and things out of it. Like Kumail from Silicon Valley has a D&D show. Dan Harmon, the creator of Community, he's going to be coming out with a D&D show coming out next year, where he plays D&D with a bunch of his friends.
Looks like we need to abandon this movie podcast and
do a D&D podcast.
Yeah,
I would love to play a D&D campaign with you, Ryan. I think that would be the funniest thing in the world.
I would have no idea what to do at all.
Yeah, it requires a lot of creative thinking and imagination, and
I'm imagination, not creative thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never played, so I wouldn't even know how to begin.
Yeah, I've never played either. I wouldn't be against it.
Let's do
I think it would be kind of fun, actually.
I could probably get into some D&D. I'll be honest.
I
could see myself getting into that.
What was that game that you had when you used to live a couple miles away from me?
That was a tabletop game called Necromunda. That was like a miniatures game.
We should make a podcast on that. That game's sweet.
Well, I don't think that'd be possible to play that, considering that the three of us live in different cities. D&D we actually could play, through Google Hangouts. We could do that. I don't know. It's something maybe we could do that as a...
No, I was just humoring you guys. I'm not going to do that.
Oh.
I don't have time for it. If I had time, yeah, that'd be cool. But I don't have time for it.
That's my excuse too.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it your excuse?
Enough time.
He's got wheelchair things to do. Wheelchair maintenance.
I don't, at this point in my life, I just don't, I don't want to learn how to play it. Like, I don't want to have to go through, I've seen the rule books and stuff when I'd be at Barnes & Noble, and like the giant manuals and things, and I just don't, it's just too daunting. The barrier to entry is too high for me to want to get into it.
Yeah, that's true.
But at any rate, so you don't have any interest in The Last Witch Hunter, you didn't like Sahara, Any final thoughts on either of these two?
No.
So
Why
that's
should
just
you guys something fun to say, but I can't. It's bland. This movie is bland.
Oh no.
bland. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for this week. Send us your questions, show topics to podcast@filmpulse.net. You can follow us on Twitter @FilmPulseNet, @FilmPulseKevin, and @MyLegsDon'tWork. And if you have a moment, take a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/FilmPulse, and consider subscribing. We appreciate that so very much. For Ryan Holes and Kevin Rakestraw, my name's Adam Patterson. We'll see you on Monday.
See ya.
Hello and welcome to... Alright. What was that?
Ripping a vape real quick.
I literally didn't do that.
It sounded like you were ripping a sweet vape.
No.
Alright, here we go.